Acts 18. Well, Acts 18 describes how Paul preached in Corinth, establishes a large church, but it all began with lots of opposition. And clearly, Paul was scared of that opposition to start with. And so Jesus encourages him here in verse 10 to keep on, because he says, I have many people in this city. This was only potentially true, though, that Jesus had many people in that city, because if Paul had run away because of the opposition, they would not have become the Lord's people. Exactly because of this, Jesus tells him to endure, to keep at it. Likewise, if the harvest is not gathered, it spoils, because the labourers have not done their work, or there weren't enough of them. So Jesus has delegated his work to us, and we can either fail in it or succeed in it. Now, Jesus taught that in his parables. He is the master of the house who's given each of us some money and some work to do, and he's left home. It's over to us to do his work or not do it. And if we don't do it, then it won't be done. Sure, he may raise up someone else to do it, but not necessarily. We must really feel this sense in which the Lord has delegated his work to us. He has entrusted us with the gospel, Paul says, with his work. He's trusted us with it. And we live as men and women who have a responsibility to do that work. We can at times think that Paul was a brash, fearless kind of guy and preacher who didn't really care for his own personal safety. But Paul says that he preached to Corinth in the first place in spiritual weakness, he says in 1 Corinthians 1. Because it seems that when he first got to Corinth, he was not spiritually strong enough to rise up to the work of witnessing in that city, as he should have done. Because during the night, in a vision, the Lord said to Paul, do not be afraid, but speak out. Do not keep silent, for I am with you. That last phrase, I am with you, is a reference to that great commission at the end of the Gospels. All who've believed that Jesus has risen are told to go into the world and preach it, and I am with you to the end of the age, Jesus says. We will feel a special presence of Jesus in our efforts to preach him. Our lives are not perhaps as prone to really dramatic persecution as was in the case of Paul, but all the same, you're involved in a conversation and you feel the need to swing it around the things of Jesus, and you nervously say something about the Bible, about God, about Jesus, and you fear the looks of men. You fear they'll look at you like you're kind of weird. And in those moments, you feel that comfort of Jesus to all who preach him. I am with you.